It's now 4:30 on WKYT this morning. A plane crash in western Kentucky left 4 people dead, and the full investigation is now underway. How investigators say the crash's only survivor may be able to help.
It took emergency crews more than an hour to rescue a driver trapped in her car after a bad wreck in Lexington. We'll have more on this story.
Also on WKYT, schools across the Bluegrass starting back today, right in the middle of flu season. What experts say you can do to protect yourself.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and welcome in. It's good to have you with us on this Monday as we go rolling into the new week, and a lot of people go heading back to school. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Yeah, it's back to normal, as you could say, going back to school, back to work, all that good stuff after the first of the year. For the first track on the weather, let's turn to meteorologist Micah Harris.
Good morning, Micah.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we're looking outside this morning and seeing pretty dry conditions. However, it is absolutely freezing outside. It's well below freezing, really. And there's First Alert Defender live radar with a good clean sweep. 18 degrees now in Lexington, 19 in Frankfort. You can also see up toward the northern zones. We're sitting there in the teens, 20s elsewhere as you look down toward the south. So today's forecast, it's a bitterly cold day, 26, but I promise you this will look like a warm day compared to the midweek, because that's when a big-time Arctic blast comes flying on through. Could we be seeing temperatures below zero? Not below freezing, below zero in the negative digits. So I'll show you that coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, that's attention-getting, and we'll have those details shortly. Thank you. Let's get to the news. A crash investigation is underway right now after a driver had to be airlifted to the hospital.
Lexington police say her car ran off a road, flipped, and hit a tree. This all happened around 6:30 on Dolan Lane off Leestown Road. Emergency crews spent more than an hour rescuing that driver who was trapped in wreckage. WKYT's Jordan Valines is tracking the investigation.
We arrived here on Dolan Lane just after 7 o'clock Sunday night and quickly learned that a woman who had crashed her car into a tree was still inside of her vehicle. Fire and rescue, along with Lexington police, worked in the bitter cold for more than an hour to try to safely remove the woman from her car.
We had 16 firefighters here on scene.
They say this task wasn't an easy one.
The car was wrapped around this tree.
Considering the way in which the car landed. Her car was flipped over on its side, and the front driver's seat had been crushed by a tree.
We had some exceptional firefighters here on the scene working on getting her out of it. They never stopped. That's what we do here.
After being trapped in her car for nearly 90 minutes, the woman was flown from the scene to UK Hospital.
We requested a helicopter to come to the scene due to the length of time of the extrication on this patient.
Lexington police believe she suffered serious internal injuries. Now, Lexington firefighters have confirmed that the woman was the only person in the car at the time of the crash. In Lexington, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
All right, thanks so much, Jordan. Police are not releasing the name of the woman involved in the crash. Well, we are learning new details about a plane crash in western Kentucky that killed 4 members of a family. Investigators say only 7-year-old Saylor Gutzler survived the crash Friday night in Lyon County. Her parents, her sister, and her cousin all died. Yesterday, the National Transportation Safety Board arrived on scene. Investigators say the Gutzler family was flying from Key West, Florida to Illinois. They think the pilot, Saylor's father, Marty Gutzler, ran into trouble over western Kentucky. Investigators say Saylor will help them figure out what went wrong.
What she knew from that point was something to the effect that the plane was upside down. Her family on board was unresponsive. She believed that her family was deceased, but that she hoped that they were just sleeping.
Police say Saylor was still strapped to her seat. She then walked to a nearby home for help. The NTSB hopes to have a preliminary report on the crash soon, but a final report could take more than a year. Meanwhile, friends have set up a fund to help Saylor. We have a link at WKYT.com.
What police say started as an argument between a father and son ended in a deadly shooting in Perry County. State police say Bernard Rice shot his son, 51-year-old Tommy Rice, Saturday night at their home in the Viper community. Rice had already died by the time troopers arrived. They arrested Bernard Rice and charged him with second-degree manslaughter. They have not said what started the argument. New this morning, over a dozen people are behind bars after state police say they discovered a big cockfight underway. Troopers say an anonymous tip led them to a barn in West Albany down in Clinton County. That's where they found the cockfight. More than 20 chickens were rescued and taken to a local animal control center. 15 people were arrested. They're charged with trespassing and animal cruelty.
Well, thousands of students, including those in Fayette County, will be heading back to school this morning. The end of their holiday break comes amid a rise in flu cases. Several school districts closed early for the holidays because of illness. Doctors say it's important for parents to watch for signs of flu. Symptoms include fever, muscle aches, headache, and a sore throat.
I hope that most parents will evaluate their children, and if they have any symptoms that are suggestive of the flu or other respiratory illnesses, that they'll keep them home.
If you've got flu symptoms, health experts recommend you see a doctor within 48 hours. Doctors say flu season is worse than normal for this time of year. A legal battle could be brewing over the state's decision not to give tax incentives to the proposed Noah's Ark theme park in Grant County. Last month, Kentucky tourism leaders withdrew the tax incentives offer, saying employees for Ark Encounter would be screened based on religion. Supporters of the project say the ministry behind it, Answers in Genesis, should sue the state. An attorney representing the ministry says the state is not allowed to treat religious groups differently than other entities wanting tax benefits.
It looks like Democratic gubernatorial candidate Jeff Young is going to need a new running mate. Last week, his former running mate, Cherokee Schill, posted on Facebook that she was dropping her candidacy, saying, quote, "I am no longer willing to be a candidate for lieutenant governor or a running mate with Jeff Young. I've chosen to stay true to myself and have removed myself from someone I believe to be a manipulator." Schill originally pledged to run with Young back in December. Major party candidates have until January 27th to file for the 2015 governor's race. Lexington Mayor Jim Gray begins his second term in office. Mayor Gray, along with Vice Mayor Steve Kay and members of the Urban County Council, were sworn in Sunday afternoon during a ceremony at Lexington Center. Mayor Gray said during his first term, the city added jobs and the economy grew. Gray is the first Lexington mayor in more than a decade to win a second term. This term, he wants to make Lexington, he says, the best city in America.
We know where we've been and where we're going and how we're going to get there. Yes, we all know that for Lexington, the best is yet to come.
Mayor Gray also wants to bring fiber optic internet access to Lexington, improve parks, and improve public schools. Well, with the dangerously cold temperatures that we're expecting later this week, those who help the homeless in Lexington are right now jumping into action.
They're a very vulnerable population. They want to make sure everyone has a warm place to go, and they're asking for your help to make it happen. WKYT Sam Smith continues our First Alert weather team coverage.
When we know that this severe weather is coming, we know that we have folks on the streets whose lives will be in danger.
So it's time for the Compassionate Caravan, where volunteers hit the town, searching for people without shelter.
We do not want anyone in Lexington, Kentucky to freeze to death in our streets.
Catholic Action Center Director Jeannie Ramsey says they need to get their supplies ready. Donations from over the holidays are still sitting in boxes and bags.
Those donated items inside need to be sorted so those hats, gloves, blankets, and coats can be given out.
And we need volunteers to help us be prepared with these cold weather supplies that will keep folks warm.
It was mid-November when the caravan was last out. 60 men, women, and children were found out in the cold. Volunteer Larry Olinger was out there.
But he was staying in a tent. And it was so devilishly cold that I knew that he couldn't survive. But the guys went down, they convinced him to come in, and it gave me a different perspective of what homelessness really was, especially in the cold.
They'll be out again on Tuesday night and welcome anyone that wants to help.
They're our brothers and sisters, and they're in need.
In Lexington, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Well, if you'd like to volunteer to sort donations for the Catholic Action Center, head to God's Net today or tomorrow from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. The building is located on East 7th Street. Those details on our website, WKYT.com. It's also important to remember to keep yourself safe during frigid temperatures. Emergency management says you should always have an emergency kit in your home in case of a water or power outage. Experts say you should plan for your kit to last about 3 days. Check it every year to make sure everything works and to be sure nothing has expired.
You want a kit that's got non-perishable food items with a manual can opener of some kind. You want at least a gallon of water a day per person in the household.
Well, if you find yourself stranded in your car, Tackett says make sure you have blankets or a coat on hand. He also suggests having kitty litter or sand in the trunk to help provide traction for your car in case it gets stuck in the ice.